So that's what they look like without their helmets.
Yeah.
I thought it would be more impressive.
Alright, this is Zippleback Down.
I wonder what they're referring to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Might have something to do with, a Black Hawk, maybe,
probably.
and a guy named Ethan Hawke.
Probably.
Yeah. Alright, so we now get an episode kind of dedicated to the twins, really.
Which, no, I was expecting character development, but nah. I think it's just was actually...
We kind of got some establishment.
We got establishment. Like, well, that was already established as Twinsanity.
True, but...
This was more or less shits and giggles.
It is.
Really, but it was made up. It totally made up for the lackluster episodes of prior before.
True, yeah, it was hilarious.
Oh my god, okay. So, of course, the twins are a little bit butthurt by Hiccup's words.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which, again, is kind of surprising. It's really showing how intelligent they are.
I don't know. Intelligence, I don't know. They just sprout out random phrases. It's ignorance and bliss.
Okay, but they have some sort of intelligence. I mean, they kind of know that not everyone really puts their faith in them.
Yeah. Well,
the whole episode starts off with, strangely enough, Gobber at the academy showing them how to disarm traps, because since they don't kill
dragons.
Why are they tiptoeing around that?
Yeah.
I don't know. So there's still some traps hidden around Burke, which, when you think about it, probably should have come up, 25 episodes ago?
Probably. First season?
Yeah.
Somewhere in there?
Yeah, but, well, better late than never.
Well, actually, this could have been... Twinsanity should have came after this.
Okay.
Now, this should have been more of an establishment.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, I get what you... But what's done is done.
Yeah.
Alright.
But... this is not the character development type of episodes, nor is it more emotional. It's more or less comedy.
It is.
It's not comedy overload to the ham levels, but
yes, but there is some character drivenness here. Okay, the twins are sent to try to find the hidden traps, but they can't find them because, well, they're hidden.
Oh, actually, no. One finds it. Okay, I found it.
Yeah, it's one of the net traps. Toughnut gets trapped in there. And because even though they were shown how to disarm it, they can't remember how they do it. Or they just weren't paying attention at all.
That too.
Right.
But, they tried to, Toughnut tries to fly Belch and Barf.
Roughnut tries to fly Barf and Belch, away, and Toughnut helps a little bit, with the hand signals, remember, from Twinsanity. But then he opens his mouth and says, "Yes, rescue your father from this horrible net!" And Belch decides to go back.
So, they have a lot to learn.
Yeah, they still do.
So, now, is it Roughnut?
Roughnut is the girl.
Oh.
Toughnut's the guy.
Good God. It's hard to remember that.
Yeah.
But Roughnut decides to, walk home. And she comes to a fork in the road. How does she word it? It was
it's yes, no, no, yes, yes, no, yes, no, no, yes.
What the was that? That is the weirdest way to play eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
No. And then, and she gets lost a little bit. Even complaining how it's hard to walk through the woods with all these trees around. And she gets in an apple fight with terrible terrors. They even knock her out, and again, very comedic. I love that.
Oh, but what shall behold our little tough nut?
Tough nut. How about their dragons play tetherball with him in the net?
Yes, that was hilarious. I guess this is payback for all the shit they did.
Probably, yeah, for all the stress that they put them through, not only in the first episode, but in Twinsanity.
Yeah, no, especially when they're trying to split them in half.
All right,
but hell, it was funny. I was expecting him to get dizzy, and he admits he likes it. Again, DreamWorks! Again! What is it with these two characters being masochistic?
I don't know, but that's just what makes them so awesome. For some reason. They're so off-center.
Oh my god. Terror's afoot because we now have a Typhoomerang.
Yes. An adult Typhoomerang. Yeah, we still have issues with that name.
Hiccup, you need to rename that species.
It was Fish Legs. Fish Legs is the one that coined that term.
Yeah, he coined it, but Hiccup made it official.
True, yeah. Yeah, go with Firecracker Dragon.
Firecracker Dragon sounds a lot more better.
Yeah. Alright, so anyway, yeah, a Typhoomerang comes, and it looks like it's about to eat Tough Nut, but it starts playing with him.
Yes.
Really.
It was like... So, Tough Nut can actually train a dragon.
Yeah.
No, first it did open your wings.
They get in like a roaring contest with each other.
Yes. I was like, roar?
Oh yeah, it was pretty good. And
I forgot. Fire season.
Oh right, there's this little subplot going on that because that it's a dry season that fire is easy to start, and when I thought that, I was like, this was reminding me so much of Land Before Time 3, which the whole thing was about, the importance of fire safety, like know the safety routes and exits, that kind of thing.
Oh, and another thing, remind me of that one episode the episode in season 1 where they predict the ice storm coming.
With the bucket?
With the bucket's head?
Oh yeah, they do a similar thing.
Yeah, so how do you know it's dry season?
Gobber's chin, his shaved chin.
Apparently, it can tell when it's dry.
Yes, when it's dry, and these are his words, drier than a 50-year-old yak.
How does that feel?
I honestly don't want to know.
And he says if it's regular, it's smooth as a baby's skin.
Yeah, they didn't really have aftershave back in the Viking Age. I wonder how they kind of dealt with it.
Yeah.
How did they shave? They must have used their swords and axes. Or in Guyver's case, he might have made like a hand. He might have made a hand of. Yeah.
But but first we forgot. This Typhoomerang gets into a little battle with Belgian Barf.
Yes.
And of course, they originally were there to find the traps, and another trap goes off.
Yes, another trap goes off.
Taking Belgian Barf. Good God, they need better names for those two.
Well, it's the twins.
Yes, but
they named their terrible terrors Butthead.
You gotta give them credit for creativity.
I know. I gotta give the writers credit for that too.
Yes, but so now their dragon's out of play. So I guess Tough Nut has nothing better to do than to play with the dragon.
Yeah,
hanging there.
Yeah, and he says that how the dragon looks familiar, and he says like, "Wait, did we see you on Outcast Island? Or no, wait, was it Dragon Island?" And there was a Typhoomerang in Dragon Island. This is from Night and the Fury, one of our favorite comedy episodes of the season.
Because here's the thing, was it Rough Nut? Rough Nut was walking through the woods, and there was a Typhoomerang.
Tough Nut. Rough Nut's the girl. Yes.
I'm gonna kill myself over those two names. But, anyways, they're walking. One of them is walking through the woods, and a Typhoomerang is looking over him.
Or maybe it was Rough Nut. I don't know. I mean, I did rewatch the episode, but I don't have it fully committed to memory. So it's one of the twins.
Yeah, and there's Typhoomerang in the shadows, just briefly appearing before disappearing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know, is this a foreshadowing?
It must have been a foreshadowing. So the Zippleback and the Typhoomerang, they get into a fight, and the Zippleback unfortunately starts shoots fire at it, and one little ember falls onto the ground and now starts this whole forest fire.
Yep.
And so Hiccup now flies out to look for them because they haven't been back for hours, and first sees the raging forest fire, and eventually finds them, and it's kind of revealed that the Typhoomerang is actually Torch from the Terrible Twos.
And that was our least favorite episode.
Yeah, it was.
However, this actually, I think it was a good way to. I may not like that episode, but the way they pull off with Torch coming back was pretty great.
It was pretty great, and they even make a callback to the episode when Toothless and Torch, they kind of resume their old rivalry.
Yeah.
Only now, Torch can fight back.
Torch can fight back.
Yes.
Hell, I'm surprised, that thing should be like a guard dog for the Academy. Seriously.
That's a little overkill, don't you think?
Hey, some guys have, the biggest dogs that can get guard their safe.
St. Bernards?
Yes.
St. Bernards aren't guard dogs, they're rescue dogs.
No, I said biggest, not the biggest guard dogs, but no, you gotta make the biggest dog in the bunch to look intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, all the while, Tough spends 90% of the episode in that net.
And mind you, they're flying, and he's hanging on the net. My back hairs.
I normally like forest fires, but this is getting too close that my back hair is now burning off. And you know how much back hair I have.
And Roughnut puts in her 2 cents. Yeah, I know. I like mine too.
I was like, ew. Well, at least they're keeping something historically accurate.
Yeah, I guess. But
so the fire is spreading too quickly, and oddly enough, when Hiccup's trying to figure out how to stop it, the twins actually use some deliberate brilliance, which is something very rarely used. I can't remember what last vlog it was that we saw it in.
Yeah, it's far few between to do something useful.
Yeah, they instead of trying to put out the fire with water, they decide to put out the fire with fire. Normally that doesn't sound like a good idea, but once it's put into action, it actually makes a lot of sense.
If you know your science about how fire is created and all that wonderful oxygen, wind, and all that scientific stuff, then yeah.
Yeah. So they decide they burn off a barrier of fires, kind of clear it out so that the fire won't catch anything, and then they use the dragon wings to blow it away.
So like controlled fire, right?
Yeah. And really, the animation has kind of stepped up a little bit, because I really liked it when they used Torch to create this fire NATO to put it out.
It sounds like another NATO trying to make up for Torch species. Typhoomerang, fire NATO. It sounds cooler though.
Yeah, it does. Fire NATO. Yeah. Should we call it a fire NATO?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay, so it's a fire NATO now.
By our opinion.
Mm-hmm. Right, it creates this fire NATO. I kind of like the animation because the fire really didn't look fake, and you saw how it bent and swirled. It was really cool. I liked it.
Yeah. Then they brought Torch back to the Academy.
Yeah. Everyone remembers it. Even Snotloud. Oh, who really gets the best punchlines ever in this is that he says he's not gonna bring his family, is he? Yeah. And then
he doesn't believe that Tough Nut.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Tough Nut trained him.
Yeah. So Tough Nut goes, Torch, wings.
Torch opens his wings,
knocks Snot Loud onto a cart, and it just
goes down.
It was really great.
Yeah, did he go off the sea?
No, he didn't go out to sea. He was just following the path of the boards. Or the boardwalks, I guess that's what it's called.
And, of course, best part, Gobber says, they got themselves into this.
Mm-hmm.
Let them get themselves out.
Yeah. But they take the net back to the academy, and Roughnut tries to disarm the net, but ends up getting caught in it herself. And it's just back to the two bickering to each other.
Yeah. So, was there a message of this? Was there really a message?
I don't know. There might have been.
It might be only you can prevent forest fires, but it doesn't feel like it.
Doesn't much. There was. I don't think they're now focused on messages anymore. They're doing like now adventures where they're either filler episodes, or now we're starting to get into a little bit of character development, because the twins Tough Nut kind of got his own. Yeah. Like when he's hanging there on the net and he's like saying, think, you're not useless. I am useless.
But, oh yeah, by the way, we forgot one important part.
What?
They lost their helmets.
Oh yeah, in the beginning of the episode when they're doing
previous vlogs, we were wondering if those helmets were actually a part of their heads.
I'm still wondering how Tough Nut was still hanging on to how his helmet, he was still hanging on by his helmet that was attached to the stalagmite in The Night in the Fury.
Yeah, there was no straps on that one.
No, definitely not.
What, he super glued his head to it?
No, apparently, because then how could they fly off? So
I put it past them.
Yeah, they get into their usual banter of like I'm insulting you.
So Gobber asked him to demonstrate of disarming a trap. And they're having a staring contest, mind you.
Like forehead to forehead staring contest.
And they don't break eye contact, walking towards a trap, which is a giant ass bear trap.
Yeah. And so they set it off, and it causes their helmets to fling off, and their dragons catch it in the mouth. And and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
It's because even though this is a kid's show, no one's going to die, that's still a freaking scary, that's a scary thought, really.
Yeah, that's like decapitation.
It's close to it, but knowing them, they'll probably go, awesome.
Yeah, because, they're half berserker, I guess, because they love death, destruction, and the world, and you know it. Seriously, there's something wrong with them.
They're sadomasochists. I don't know how many times we have to address that.
Yeah, but still, it needs to be noted that how this is supposed to be a kid-friendly show, right?
I don't know. Well, the first movie kind of showed how masochistic they are. Remember when they entered the dragon arena for the first time? I hope I get some serious burns. Oh, I'm hoping for some mauling, like shoulder or lower back.
Yeah.
They crave destruction, and they love being in pain.
Questionable. But, yeah, this was a pretty good episode. It's not the greatest of the greats, but...
welcomed relief to the two lackluster episodes that we had.
Yeah. But it was finally... It was well welcomed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and even when Torch returns, at the end of the episode, he leaves, and it's actually pretty sad, really.
Yeah, it is.
It is. I really do hope to see more of him, since he actually got a good episode this time.
The better question I now have is, how long was it that they left Torch?
I don't know. Maybe
was it like a year, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months?
Maybe it could go by the weeks. Maybe every episode is happens a week after. Kind of like in Eureka 7.
Oh Yeah, but seriously, like that. Then that would ask. Now I have to ask the question: how fast do dragons grow?
I don't know. They don't really say that, and really, I don't trouble myself with those kinds of questions.
Yeah, but we have to take into account that this is taking place before movie 2 and between movie 1.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, obviously it couldn't be that long. It couldn't have been a year because that is one fast-growing dragon.
I would say this does take place in a year. I mean, this is not like Pokemon.
Oh yeah, because Ash Ketchum doesn't age.
Yeah. Or like how everything in what from the very first season all the way to wherever the like Johto or Indigo, whatever the heck that was, actually takes place within the same year.
Yeah, apparently. And he's still age 10.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I like to think a year has passed. I mean, actually, there's two moments where they might as well have aged 2 years, because there were 2 moments when, or maybe it takes place a year, because there were 2 episodes where it takes place in winter, the holiday special and Animal House.
Though, like, as I mentioned, then again, we saw the screaming death and how big that got.
Yeah.
So is it just eating that causes them to grow?
I don't know. I think dragons probably age different depending on species.
This is the part where I kind of wish we knew more about the dragons. That it would talk more about the dragons. Like, no, they're learning more and they're trying to discover a new species. I kind of wish it would tell us more about traits of the dragons, like how fast they grow, and all that wonderful stuff.
I don't really know. So let's see. I got nothing left.
I got nothing left either.
All right. So finally, we're now back to our regular running time, because this was a good episode. I'd say it's definitely memorable.
Oh yeah.
And comedy was great. Animation had its high points, and really, it was actually nice to see Torch again. Even get hit, he got a good episode.
Yeah, he actually got a good episode, unlike the last one. But
yeah. Oh, yeah. I'd say we call it a wrap.
All right.
So, that's the end of this vlog. We will see you next time.